Hey there, Popcorn Squad. I'm your boy Juan.
And I'm Christian.
And today, as you know, we're going to have the last episode of Loki. It's
I'm
episode 5. Six. Episode 6. And guess what? Apparently, it's 47 minutes.
It's pretty disappointing.
And I'm kind of sad, yeah.
I wanted a bigger episode.
I want it to be like at least an hour.
Yeah.
You know, I think the first episode was an hour?
Yeah, they were like 56 minutes.
The last one was 50 minutes.
Like
the last episode was 50. So I was like, really? Last episode's going to be shorter than...
A little bit disappointed.
Come on, man. You know? But it's okay. I have high hopes.
I have hopes. That's all
They're
I
no
can
longer
say.
high.
They are not high. I think most people are thinking that the big bad is going to be King Loki, which I guess makes sense for the fact that the show is called Loki. So it's a character study on the guy.
It is a big character study, I guess. I mean, I told you earlier, I was like, it'd be cool if like the twist of the story was that it was the Loki from our Ultimate Timeline.
The one that died in Infinity War.
The one that died in Infinity War actually found a way to survive by escaping, however. Or, I mean, classic Loki did that, he said, right? He said, I was so good that I made an illusion of me, and that's so much that even the Great Titan believed it.
Yes, exactly.
And then he survived.
I mean, that's true. That could possibly happen. I don't know, man.
I don't know either, but
it made sense when somebody said, if it's King Loki, that would logically go hand in hand with the show. The show's called Loki. Why would they take the time to introduce like this big bad, like Kang the Conqueror, in a show that's based on Loki, dissecting Loki as a character? Like, you know, it's almost as if they would shortchange Loki by introducing this character, because it would be like,
well, maybe, I don't know. No.
I wouldn't think so, because I'm a super big cinematic universe fan. Like, I love the fact that they're all interconnected and that they all build off each other. But I understand that, like, singularly as a show, it probably shouldn't go past Loki. Kind of like Black Widow didn't go past Black Widow.
I get that.
You know, like they didn't even show Hawkeye. They didn't show Iron Man. They didn't give you any other.
Which is weird because they all have credits for that movie.
Well,
I Googled it twice because I was like, what?
Is Robert Downey Jr. His voice is in it, isn't it?
Is his voice in it?
I think so. And Clint Barton's voice is in it. Jeremy Renner. His voice is in Budapest. In the scene where they're in Budapest, he's talking to her. It's clearly his voice.
I don't know, but it said Robert Downey Jr. was credited, and I was like, what?
Yeah. So that's why. But it clearly was a solo outing completely. There was no group. Like Kevin Feige even told the director of the film, she doesn't need the boys. She can stand on her own. Like, she's good. And I'm imagining they're taking that same approach with the show. Like, oh, the show doesn't need Kang the Conqueror, just like WandaVision didn't need Mephisto. I just hope it's not like
Agatha though.
Yeah, but Agatha wasn't Mephisto.
And then they twisted us with freaking the brother.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I hope it's not like a Ralph Boner thing.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, that's what I hope it's not. I do not want that.
So disappointing.
If it is King Loki, give me King Loki. Give me something that I'm gonna
just
be
give
like,
me something good, bro. That's it.
That's why I honestly don't care who it is. I just want the story to fit and for it to be a solid episode, solid ending, or maybe you leave on a cliffhanger. Maybe they're gonna give us another season. This may not be a limited series. I don't know. We don't necessarily know with these shows either. Because WandaVision is technically now considered a limited series because of the Emmy nominations today. Oh. It literally said limited series. And so I'm like, oh, that means that it probably won't have... Yeah, it's over.
Well, yeah, I didn't expect it to continue. I mean, I expected the story to continue, but with a different name.
Like in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Or something, yeah. It wouldn't be WandaVision Season 2 because the whole point of the WandaVision was like the eras, all that. And that's... you can't really do that.
Television, yeah.
It's over, so...
I get you.
Like, you can have a Winter Soldier and...
yeah, but it would be called Captain America.
It would also be limited because you would have to change it because it's
Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which they did at the end of that. So their second season technically would be something else. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be like...
It's the same show, but different name.
But yeah,
and I imagine they can do the same with Wanda.
Yeah, probably. So
if they wanted to.
We'll see what this show does. We'll see if...
but honestly,
who the big bad is.
In my opinion, this show has been the best show since WandaVision. And I think that it's might be a little bit in my arena because I relate to it more better than WandaVision.
No, I like WandaVision better.
It's just, I mean, for me, it's like more relatable in the sense of like this character study on this guy who's like evil but is like has a heart.
I don't know. I liked the grief aspect of
he finds love.
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
And
I
then-
mean, it's like it's definitely a character.
Because it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was like, wow, and then you give me something like classic Loki.
Classic Loki.
And it's like, I'm done.
Good. Richard E. Grant deserves all the awards. In the
Richard
world.
E. Grant, you inspired me.
He's so
I don't know if you're
good,
ever going
dude.
to watch this, bro, but you
never.
inspired me so much in
Yeah.
that scene.
We cried, bro.
Like, bro,
We cried for a
This
guy who was
guy,
on screen for
dude.
like 30 minutes tops.
this guy made me like question my acting abilities.
Yeah, it's like, how is this guy this good?
He's too good, dude.
He's way too good.
Dude,
bro.
he had tears in his eyes when he said "glory is perfect."
And somebody, a friend of mine,
rewatched it.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Mikey, told me this. He was like, "Bro, if you really think about it, he's the only Loki that has found his glorious purpose that we know of."
That's why.
And I'm like, yeah, it was too much to handle.
But
it was way too much. to
he
handle.
understood that as the actor, bro.
As an actor, he understood the mission, bro.
that so good.
He understood the assignment. There has never been a more understanding
Dude.
of a bigger understanding of an assignment.
He understood
than
it
this
so
guy.
good.
It's like he jumped in and was like, I don't know how much of the Marvel Cinematic Universe Richard E. Grant has seen, right? I've heard he's kind of a geek. So I mean, he was
I
in
don't
Star
know, though,
Wars.
like-
He was in Star Wars and he was super geeked out about it. Like he obviously likes being in the show. We just watched that video.
Yeah,
of him.
where
He
he's
was like,
like-
"Man, thank you guys.
Yeah.
That was awesome." But like, I don't know how big of a geek he is. I don't know how invested he is in this universe cinematically. But to jump in for 30 minutes and
Yeah.
to make us care that deeply,
It's so hard, dude.
gosh, man,
He's
what
so
a beast!
Good, dude. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
Like to me, I think that's the only reason why I consider the show better is because that is specific scene impacted me so deeply.
Yeah, well, my friend, you know Mikey. Mikey
Yeah.
said that's on his top 5 Marvel moments.
It's
of all
so
time.
good.
Top 5 Marvel. Like he was like, okay, the first time the Avengers like circle around the 360, he was like, obviously like the Thanos snap.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a big one. Iron Man snap. Cap picking up Mjolnir. He's like, and probably this glorious purpose. Like, there's not another moment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that like had that much weight. And I was like,
You know what
I was
does
trying to
that you
think
didn't
of
mention when Thanos stabs
Iron Man.
Iron Man.
You see, in the theater,
That was
I
a
like,
moment that I saw every single person
the
around me
theater?
in tears.
Bro, everybody was like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh man,
I
are
saw
they
people
going for it? I
crying.
was like, bro, they're killing this guy.
I saw people crying because
Yeah,
they
it
were like,
was-
"This is, I can't believe this is how they're
like,
gonna
man,
kill him."
They're gonna kill him. He stabbed him.
Yeah, and that's tough.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was definitely.
So that's
brutal.
one of those moments. For
Yeah,
sure.
but this was like up there. Like,
Dude, this
glorious
made me.
purpose.
It's because, dude, it's not even about the lines. It's about how much he was so good at it, dude. Like this
Yeah,
guy,
he was, bro. He was so sold.
tears in his
So sold.
eyes, dude. Imagine this. It's because I need you all to understand. This is tougher. There's nothing but like a green screen in front of this man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's no smoke.
It's probably
there's
not
no
even
monster.
green screen. It's like that. The Mandalorian.
Yeah, even probably that.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's all fake.
Yeah, it's all fake.
And this man was like, sold is so good. Like
Yeah.
it's just like glory. Like and it's just
Yeah.
like in that, and it's just like
He was
tears,
freaking
true joy of knowing that he
That's
did
why
what he
his
had to
smile.
do.
He was just like,
Yeah.
like he was so in it,
so
dude.
in
Like I
it,
was
bro.
like, and I was literally like, are they really
So
gonna kill this guy? And as I said it, I was like, I don't want them to kill this guy. Like he's so good. He was really incredible.
So good.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, dude.
Well, anyway, that's
they
why
gotta,
I
they gotta
gotta
give us
do that.
something that big.
They
that
need to give us
awesome
something that big,
in
yeah.
this episode.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
So anyway, So go ahead and pop your popcorn, click that like button, get your drink, and in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh,
Way to go, Tic Tac!
That's how you punch.
Wakanda forever!
You wouldn't have heard of me.
Let me put you on hold.
Dance off,
each
bro.
one of them has
Work.
their lines now.
Yeah, I know. I'll show you ferocity.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
We have a what's a record?
I don't like this. Why?
I think this is just specific to the show, though. What is going on right now?
My dream.
For the right to experience me.
Bro, is this gonna open up What If?
What is grief if not love persevering?
Great line.
Are we outside the
Is
timeline?
this the timeline?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is us outside the timeline.
Bro.
I think we're outside the timeline. They're outside the timeline. Oh.
That's why they're hearing all
Oh.
that. That's why they're hearing all that. It's
They
going
are
through.
outside the
Literally,
timeline.
they're outside the timeline. They're outside of all timelines.
That's even tougher.
Yeah, they're outside of every timeline. They're not in another timeline. They're outside of time
Of
itself.
all time.
Of all time. They're outside of time itself.
That's
bro.
tough. Ready. Oh, that's tough.
Production design.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. It's like a movie, dude. So we know there is a timeline,
Yeah.
and they are outside of it. Like the TVA is a sham, but it's not a complete sham.
Like, they are outside timelines.
Like the whole idea of time and timelines and everything actually
Exists.
exists. Yes.
Ah!
Somebody did say it might be Miss Minutes.
You again.
Yeah.
Welcome
I don't think
to the
so.
Citadel at the end of time.
Come on.
It might be her, bro.
Congratulations.
Who's impressed?
He who remains.
And who is he?
He created all, and he controls all. At the end, it is only he who remains.
What?
And
This
he
is
wants to
super
offer
brutal.
you a deal. How would you like to
beat
win?
them?
But not just there. You can kill Thanos. You want the Infinity Gauntlet? Yours. Throne of Asgard? No problem.
What?
What about you, Missy?
What?
All those years on the road.
Is it a ruse?
Yeah, it's gotta be. There's no way, bro.
How? All of it.
He'll make it work.
Everything.
Ooh.
Exactly the way you've always wanted.
Okay.
And you can have it all? Good luck with that.
Oh. She straight up just
Bro.
dipped.
Come on. Who is it?
Come on.
If it's Kang, that means that they're doing like for Ravonna Renslayer. There she is. Like, if it's Kang, it's because he's in love with her and he wants to protect the timeline that she's on because she. Is that what they're gonna do?
What took you so long?
Sorry. Some things had to get worked out. But I'm downloading the files you need now.
He who remains.
He's probably gonna tell her how to get
Not
there.
for much longer.
I'm like nervous about this. Like literally, I'm just like, oh man, who's it gonna be, dude? These statues, bro. Like,
There's a lot of them, yeah. Quite the amount.
come on, it's gonna happen.
Like, even they're like, I think these are gonna come back to
Yeah,
life.
like-
even they're like,
And it's interesting how like everything has that gold lining in it.
Are we sure
Yeah.
he was still alive?
I'll explain what that is after the episode. Remind me about that, because there's a reason why it looks like that, and I think I know why.
it was broken into pieces and then molded back
And
together.
molded back
almost.
together, but it's supposed to be
Like the beauty of the craft.
yes. That in certain cultures, that's what that is. When you break a vase and you put it back together with that type of gold. Kang the Conqueror! It's Kang, bro. It's him. They did it.
This is wild.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. Come on, let's talk
Oh my
in my
gosh.
office.
Bro. This is the villain for Ant-Man and the Wasp 3,
Not
Quantum
what you were
Mania.
expecting.
Oh
Not
my
what you were
gosh.
expecting, huh?
Come on.
He doesn't even need the elevator.
Jonathan Majors is such a good actor. He's so good in Lovecraft Country. Oh, he's so
Well,
cute.
you're not going to be happy to see me.
Yes! My
Ready.
boy Owen Wilson's
If
back!
anyone was ever going to make it back
This guy
from the
better
void,
get
I
on a jet
suppose it was
ski.
going to be you.
Oh, well,
ASAP.
you know, one man's void is another man's piece of cake.
They're gonna get her? Are they gonna get her before she
Before
got...
she becomes Ravonna Renslayer?
I'm assuming, no?
Stand down, B-15.
You need to listen to me.
There'll be time for that.
Just wait.
What the hell is going on here?
See?
Judge Renslayer.
What? Who are you? And what the hell are you doing in my school?
That isn't Judge Renslayer.
See?
Boom. She took them there to show them.
That's the real her.
We have a lot to talk
Yeah.
about.
Not the variant.
Yeah, she took them there to show them.
Of course you did. Ooh, a swing and a miss. So we're still doing that.
This guy's OP, bro.
Let's
Yeah.
get all this out of the way. You can't kill me because I already know what's going to happen. See?
It's a parlor trick.
Literally a
Okay.
manuscript.
Don't you wonder how I paved the road? You just walked down it.
What a beast.
And I have the rest right here.
Scary, bro.
Yeah, he's pretty
Everything
intimidating.
that's
But just because of the
Going to
power,
happen.
you know.
You know what would happen if we didn't prune the timeline?
What?
Chaos. Death.
Free will?
Free will? Only one person gets free will. The one in charge.
Kang.
Where are you gonna go?
In search of free will.
And just who are you?
I've been dubbed many names by many people. A ruler, a conqueror. Yeah. He who remains, a jerk.
I love how he's in like
But
a
it's-
choir robe.
It's not as
Yeah.
simple as just wait till you meet my variants.
Maybe he's not Kang the Conqueror.
He's just one of them.
He's a variant of Kang.
And that's the gambit. Stifling order or cataclysmic chaos. You may hate the dictator, but something far worse is going to fill that void if you depose him.
Interesting.
I'm out. Or you two run the thing.
You're lying.
I'm so confused.
So
What's going on right
no
now?
more lies.
He's given them an opportunity
You
to
kill me,
lead.
and the sacred
No.
So that
timeline
he
is
can, like-
completely exposed. Multiversal war.
What if it's a
Or
sham?
you take over and
You treated real people's lives
Something's gonna
like some
happen.
kind
Yeah,
of
dude.
And then, I mean, obviously, the title of Doc is
personal. It's
Multiverse of Madness.
practical.
It was personal.
So there's gonna be
to
madness.
me.
Oh, grow up! Grow up, Sylvie! Murderer! Hypocrite! We're all villains here.
Oh,
We've all done horrible, terrible, horrific things.
We're all villains here.
Now,
what's going on?
Did she enchant? Or Orpheus or whatever?
Goliath.
Goliath?
we just crossed the threshold.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Oh. What does that mean?
Multiversal war?
So I fibbed. I fibbed earlier when I said I know how everything is going to go. I knew everything up to a certain point, and that point was
that?
about 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds ago.
So now everything's free game.
Now it's all free game.
But now I have no idea how the rest of this is going to go.
Bro,
It's branching.
I'm being candid.
He's like, I'm being real.
he's like
He's like,
for real though.
I'm being real right now. I don't know what's going on.
You plunge your blade in my chest, and an infinite amount of me start another multiversal war, and I just
Well, that's what's gonna happen.
end
again.
up
Yeah.
right back here anyways. Reincarnation, baby.
No. It's just another lie. Another manipulation.
He knows, bro. He knows that ain't a lie.
Yeah, Loki knows it's not a lie.
Ooh, no lie.
Yeah, it's not a lie.
No manipulation.
Bro, this is huge.
Yeah.
I don't know why Kevin Feige would ever be like, you don't need to watch the shows.
I told you.
He's like, this is massive.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm so nervous.
Me too. Yeah.
I'm just like, what's going
I
on?
love this.
What are you doing?
Sylvie, hang on a moment. Let's just talk about it.
Well, how about we finish what we started?
Super excited.
I don't believe you.
Sylvie, the universe is in balance. Everything we know to be true. Everything.
That's true though. He's like not
I know
lying.
the TVA has hurt us both. But what if by taking him out, we risk unleashing something even worse?
Well, you are.
She's gonna
All
do
I'm
it, bro.
suggesting is we just take
The multiverse of madness.
Why aren't we seeing this the same way?
because you can't trust.
That's true. He said that.
I can't be trusted.
Then I guess we're in a pickle.
She's
So
gonna
we
kill
wait.
him, bro.
Wait.
She's gonna kill him. Oh, what a narcissist!
This is beautiful.
She's still gonna kill him though. Just watch.
Yeah.
But I'm not you.
Bro, no.
See you soon.
Oh my god.
What did he say?
I'll see you soon.
Freak, dude.
Because he's like, either way, like,
Yeah, there's no killing this guy. Like,
yeah, you're gonna see a
he's
million of me now.
infinitesimal. Like,
Now you're gonna see a million of me.
Bro, this is it.
bro, the
This is what we've been wanting for
multiverse
years.
of madness has begun.
This is it. This is what we've been legitimately waiting
Yeah.
for. That's tough.
All the TVA are just sitting there, like watching
you
this
do?
happen.
Yeah,
like,
like-
yeah, like. What is happening? What's going on, dude? Like,
Yeah, like, what do you do now?
yeah, like I'm just like, where do you go from here? Like,
This is the perfect setup, though.
yeah, dude, this is so good. This is what I wanted, bro. This is everything I wanted and more.
Yep.
He's terrifying. He planned everything. He's seen everything. He knows everything. It's complicated, okay? But someone is coming. Countless different versions of a very dangerous person, and they're all set on war. We need to prepare.
Take it easy.
It's true, dude.
That's right. What division are
What?
you from?
What are you talking about?
Who are you? What's your name?
He's already in a different timeline.
Archives.
He's already in a different
Who are
timeline.
you?
He's already in a different timeline.
No way.
This is a different timeline.
No.
That's why he's like, who the heck are you?
Kang.
This Kango's already.
Kang.
He already came. He already took over.
Oh. No way.
It's a different timeline.
There's gotta be another season. Here we go. That's it. That's it. I'm just. We genuinely thought this was gonna happen in WandaVision.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
And
Like-
this is perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah. Everything we wanted in WandaVision.
Yeah, this show gave us.
This show gave
literally.
us.
And if I'm not mistaken, I thought this show was supposed to come out before WandaVision. Like
That's why. Wasn't
because
that
of
the original?
Because
That's
of the
why it's
pandemic
weird that
and everything.
it all worked out this way, backwards.
Yeah.
Because as a matter of fact, it was backwards, right? Falcon was always going to be in the middle. It was
Yes.
supposed to be
And
Loki,
like Loki, Falcon,
Wanda. But now it's Wanda, Falcon,
and Loki.
And somehow it still worked out.
Yeah, it worked out great, dude. Oh my gosh. Because this technically, like, I was thinking about the timelines today, like not timelines as in like multiple timelines. I was thinking about like the timeline itself of like the Avengers, because you know how WandaVision is like what, like a couple of weeks after Endgame.
Yeah.
And Falcon and Winter Soldier is like 4 months after Endgame. Spider-Man Far From Home is a couple of months after Endgame, correct?
I'm
I
not sure.
think it was, because they even mentioned witches and stuff in that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I think it's after everything. Well, this
Like a
show is happening during Endgame.
Really?
It has to. When they
Oh,
went,
you're right.
When they
You're
went
right.
back in time, like
You're right.
Loki took the Tesseract, and that's where the story begins.
You're right, and this is during Endgame.
This is
during
Endgame.
their time heist.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, legitimately, like
it's not even during the actual Endgame. It's during the
Thanos.
time
They might
heist.
be fighting Thanos right now, for all we know.
Yeah,
and this guy's over here like
not anymore,
jacking up the timelines. Yeah. I don't know,
think
bro.
about that, dude. Like,
that's why I'm
like,
like, man, I don't know the repercussions.
Honestly, dude, at
of,
this
like, what
point,
just happened.
maybe not anymore.
Yeah, I genuinely do not understand the repercussions of what we just saw.
Honestly,
how far is this going to go?
No, but think about that.
Yeah,
not anymore.
They might not. Iron Man may not have snapped his fingers and died.
That's why.
This is the perfect segue into what if.
This is also the perfect way to reset an entire timeline. Like this is like
it's like a soft reboot.
It's like the
this
best
is what Days
way.
of Future Past was going to do with like X-Men, but they just did it better. They're like, we can figure out everything. We can reset everything. Let's just do it like this. Like, oh my gosh, wow, so crazy. You know what, man? If Owen Wilson does not ride a freaking jet ski.
A jet ski
at the end of season 2 or sometime in season 2, I might ride.
I might just ride,
man. I don't know,
dude.
That
wow.
was,
all I can say is wow.
Yeah, that definitely. This whole season definitely deserved a wow. Man, that broke my heart when Mobius was like, "Who are you? What sector are you from?" I was like, like. Bro.
But that just proves that ain't his timeline, though.
Yeah, but like...
But now there's multiple Mobiuses.
So she pushed him into another timeline altogether.
No, I just think that she pushed him back to the TVA, but because he's gone, there's multiple TVAs now, probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Does that make sense?
She pushed him into like another TVA.
But accidentally, I think. I don't think she...
Yeah, it's not like she intentionally was like, I'm going to push him into this one.
What I'm saying is like, she pushed it to what she thought was like their TVA.
Yeah, but there's so many branches.
But the timeline
already.
messed up now.
Yeah, there's so many branches that it's just like...
Do you think that's correct? Do you think that makes sense? Because the TVA is also supposed to be outside of time, so I don't know.
I think the TVA is in the quantum realm.
That's why, so it's outside of time.
No.
No?
Because the quantum realm... man, that's tough. I don't know. Because the quantum realm is still technically like... The Avengers.
I mean, that's how they time traveled.
The Avengers went through the quantum realm, and you don't think the TVA would have been like, like what are they doing outside the timeline?
Well, they knew that. Remember, they were like, "That's okay." For some reason,
but that's okay. But I don't think they went outside of the timeline. Like these guys went outside of the timeline.
I get what you're saying.
Like I don't know what the quantum realm is like. Maybe the quantum realm you can go back and forth within your own timeline. It allows you. It's a vehicle that allows you to travel. Like it's, you know how it's a fourth dimension essentially.
Yeah,
the quantum realm is literally a fourth dimension, a dimension in which you can literally travel through time. You can go into the past or into the future, and that's all it is. But it's on the same timeline.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I don't know.
It makes sense time wise, but I don't know because I mean, if King of Conqueror is still going to be the big deal in Ant-Man, that makes me assume that like that boy is not in time.
Yeah, but think about this. Yeah, that's why. Like you're right because think about like why did the Ancient One make a big deal about like wait a minute, look at the timeline, like look what you're doing, and it's like well if it was all in the same timeline, like what would it matter?
Yeah,
unless the Ancient One literally thinks like there's no way because of Doctor Strange. Like I would be like the Ancient One thinks that all the timelines are variants. Of the same timeline.
That's also another question. Doctor Strange's job is to take care of our timeline.
Protect our reality, yes.
Where is he? You know, like I'm like, where are you?
Where has he been this whole time?
Yeah, like that's my question. Oh well, I mean, he is snapped.
He's freaking. Yeah, you're right. He is literally like dusted
during this.
So maybe when he comes back and he defeats Thanos, after that he's like,
right?
The timelines, like.
But the thing is, there's multiple Doctor Stranges.
Yeah, but
he's a Nexus being.
He is a Nexus. Well, is he? Yeah, he's got to be, right?
He has to be. The chosen one chose him because, the Ancient One was like, I trust him. He's the one that knows it all.
Yeah, but like, Wanda's a Nexus being.
Yeah, so she's also everywhere. That's why they're going to probably join forces.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is going to be much larger than we think it is. Like, I think it's going to be a fat movie, dude. Like
at this point, dude.
And I mean, it makes sense, you know, that they got Sam Raimi, like a really freaking seasoned director, to do that movie. Like somebody who's been in Marvel before, done Spider-Man before, understands horror, understands complexity. You know, like I
he knows it all. He knows comedy. He knows like.
Yeah, I think he's the perfect guy for the job. So like, man, what's gonna happen?
Wow.
I cannot believe that they introduced Kang. Like, I was so shocked by that. I was so certain that I was like wrong. I was like, I want Kang, but I know that they're not going to give me Kang.
But they totally did.
And then all of a sudden, Kang the Conqueror comes out. I'm like, the moment I saw Jonathan Majors, I was like, oh yeah, they're doing this. It's happening right this freaking second. Like,
but I like that they gave us like an old Kang.
I like that they gave us a very eccentric
like,
Kang.
That's why he's like, hey, look, I'm old. You know, like I can't do this anymore,
bro.
You know, you guys can take over if you want.
Good.
It's either that, or you're gonna see a bunch of me's everywhere.
I'm really excited to see his versatility as an actor play all the different Kangs. If they go that route,
I'm sure they're gonna eventually get different Kangs for sure. I mean, they have to, just like they made different Lokis.
Yeah, but I think it'll all be him.
You think so? Like,
yeah,
they'll somehow still choose him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think he'll pull like a split kind of.
Yeah,
like
get you.
23 personality kind of thing. Like,
I mean, maybe we'll see.
Oh man,
I don't know. I
this was an episode. It definitely was. I wonder when season 2 is going to come out. I wouldn't doubt that by tomorrow we'll know when season 2 is going to start going.
Probably.
I would not doubt by tomorrow we'll know. Like, this is big. I'm excited that we watched it.
We'll probably know when they'll start
2 a.m.
recording or something, because I for sure don't think that's shot.
No, there's no way it's shot. Well, Ant-Man and the Wasp isn't even fully shot, and this guy's in the movie.
True.
You know, like he's still shooting that. I don't think he's going to cross over and come over here and shoot this. This is probably going to take a lot of his time, as I would imagine that Ant-Man and the Wasp was taking a lot of his time. I don't know. And God. Peyton Reed is still doing Ant-Man and the Wasp 3, so that's exciting because I've liked both Ant-Man movies.
Like, it's because, like, now it's a reality. Like, this is the thing for me. It's like, now all my thoughts can happen.
It's manifested.
Yeah, you know, like, it's like
real.
It's real.
Yeah.
And now it can happen.
That's what I'm saying, dude. The Spider-Man, it's going to happen.
Spider-Man can happen.
It's going to happen. Spider-Verse, live action.
It's no longer a pipe dream. It's now a possibility.
I'm kind of mind-blown.
And that's insane. Now we can have 3 different Iron Men. Now we could have the Tom Cruise Iron Man that never happened.
Which I've heard. I heard that they talked to him.
I'd be down.
And I heard they talked to Emily Blunt. I heard they talked to Emily Blunt about coming as Black Widow.
Because they wanted her. She was
the original cast as Black Widow. Yeah.
But she said no, right? Something like that.
Yeah, scheduling conflicts. I don't remember what she was doing.
That would be intense.
That would be
so killer.
Wild. Yeah, it's because I follow this person. Shout out to Grace Randolph. I follow her, and she's pretty on the nose about a lot of stuff. Like, she knows her stuff, honestly. A lot of people don't like her. I don't mind her. I think she's great. But she knows a lot of stuff. Like, she has a lot of insiders. She really does. And she has said numerous times that she's pretty positive other people are going to be in, like, the Multiverse of Madness or Spider-Man or one of those movies. I don't remember which one, but she's like, there's going to be other people. And she's guaranteed, like, every time somebody's like, every time somebody's like, oh man, I wonder if Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to be in the movie. She's like, point, yes, bro, they are.
At this point, like, bro, why would you second guess it?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, dude, like, at this point, you just saw a classic Loki, a President Loki, an alligator Loki, which, by the way, opens up the door for a spider pig. Absolutely. That's all it does. Like, that's just opening up that door.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, at this point, bro, like,
yeah, anything is possible.
Literally
anything
is possible now.
The cartoon Spider-Man can come into the live-action Spider-Man movie, and we wouldn't have
the Spider-Verse.
We wouldn't blink twice because it's like
the Spider-Verse cartoon movie. Can
cross over into this, yes, and we wouldn't bat an eye because of the multiverse. I mean, think about it. This is probably opening up, like I said, what if? And what if is a cartoon? And what if, no pun intended, it literally is a cartoon?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, oh, you know what? Like, we didn't want to spend the money on a budget, like, for, like, a live-action story. Like, no, what if within the context of the story, it's legit a cartoon?
Yeah.
Like, there's a literal cartoon universe, and it has all of these what ifs.
There's just so many options now.
It's a multiverse of madness.
There's so much you can do now.
You know, and for the longest time, I thought the title of the movie was Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, but it's in fact, no, it's in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh.
So he's going to be in that multiverse of madness.
I mean, I'm assuming that the only way we'll know what... Okay, I'm assuming that at the end of Star Wars, at the end of Spider-Man, we're going to get like a credit scene as to where Doctor Strange was. Well, actually, no, sorry. I heard he's in the movie entirely, so he might be in the movie.
They have toys of him already.
This episode was great. I cannot wait for season 2. I do hope that they do it justice in the movies, you know, in the sense that like we do have some really clear references to the events of these shows, you know. Obviously the timeline was a big deal. Like there's no way you can not watch this show and get I mean you probably can get it.
No, you probably can.
But like this is so in depth about it that you really kind of do need to watch this.
Yeah,
to know who even Kane is, to know the timeline ripples, why it happened, to know who is the cause. Now we know that
like
Loki
they're gonna explain all this in the movies.
Or Sylvie is actually the reason.
Yes,
because Sylvie killed Kang.
Yeah.
And she didn't have to. Our Loki was actually fighting for not killing Kang.
Yeah.
And now we have to...
I feel like they'll explain this stuff in the movies. For the moviegoers that aren't watching the shows. Like honestly, Kayla has no interest in the show whatsoever. Like I've told her numerous times, like you got to sit down, you got to watch it. It's really
so good.
And she's like, I just don't want to. Like it looks boring, and I'm like, it's not boring though.
It's not boring.
Like with WandaVision, she was all about it, and even with Falcon and Winter Soldier, like she wasn't about it, but she watched an episode and she was like, this is pretty interesting. But today, before you came, I was watching episode 2, I think, and she was like on her phone and she would occasionally look up. And it never caught her attention enough to be like, that looks interesting. Like, she was just like, meh.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's super weird. So I feel like there's a lot of people like that who are just not going to care about the show whatsoever, about any of these shows. And so they have to be caught up in order to watch the movies. They have to understand what's going on. The movies will do a pretty good job of explaining all that. I think they will.
I'm sure they'll give like a decent explanation. All right, everybody. Well, what do you think is going to happen in the movies to come? What do you think is going to happen in Loki season 2? Now... Please think of the beautiful things that can happen in these beautiful timelines.
Yes.
Now that they've expanded. So please give me your best story in the comments below. I want to know what you want to see